Hey everybody, Tim Saldana here again. We are at Beatniks located here in Conkey Street over in Hammond, Indiana, and I am sitting next to one of the co-owners of Beatniks, and that is Rip Johnson. Hello, Rip. How you doing?
Fine, and you, Tim? How are you?
I'm not too bad. It's been a nice day so far. It's getting warmer out. What more can you ask for?
I know, springtime, right?
That's absolutely correct. Absolutely. Well, we're here tonight at Beatniks because, well, for one thing, there's a play going on here tonight, and I need some more info on it. So, Rip, tell me a little bit about what's going to be going on here tonight.
Well, tonight we're going to be rehearsing Laughter on the 23rd Floor by Neil Simon. You might know him from some of his other plays, The Odd Couple, most notably, California Suite, Plaza Suite, Last of the Red Hot Lovers. He's been a comedy staple, a comedy icon since the mid '60s.
Oh, interesting. All right. So without giving away too much, because I know you want people to come here and actually see the whole play, not just, hey, well, give spoiler alerts or anything. Don't want to do that. But in a little bit of a brief synopsis, what exactly can we look forward to?
Laughter on the 23rd Floor is a story of Neil Simon's early experiences in writing for television. He wrote, according to the bio, for Sid Caesar, I believe, way back when television was young in the early 50s. And these are just reflections on some of his experiences during that magical early period of television.
Okay. And you said it's set towards the 60s?
50s.
50s.
This is set in 1953. Max Prince is the star of the show. His writers, this is the story of he and his writers, and what goes on behind the scenes, so to speak, at the Max Prince show.
Oh, interesting. My interest is piqued.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know you got a full crew. Tell us about some of the cast.
Oh, let's see. I guess we start off with one of our oldest and most illustrious members here at Beatniks, Don Taylor. He's Milt. Don is a wonderful actor, been around the Hammond scene since the 50s, I think. He was a Vietnam War veteran. Good Morning Vietnam. With
Yeah.
that was what Don did in the Air Force. He was a radio DJ over in Vietnam in the 60s. Then let's see. There's Pat Pohrte, who is our narrator. What's that name of that character? Lucas, that's right. And Pat's a wonderful guy to work for. I've worked with him in a couple of plays. He's new here at Beatniks, though, and that's kind of nice to see him. I am in the cast myself. Ira Stone, one of the more prominent. Let's see, we've got a new fellow to Beatniks, Michael Johnson, no relation. He's an airline pilot in his day life, and he is Val, the Russian comedy writer. Although Russians,
That's interesting.
What kind of comedy comes from Russia?
I don't know. There's that one guy, right?
If you come here to Beatniks on Conkey to see Laughter on the 23rd Floor, you will see what kind of Russian humor there is.
Oh, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tell you what, Rip, tell me a little bit about the history of Beatniks. Like, how long has it been around for, location, all that stuff. And more importantly, who co-owns it with you? Because I said you were co-owner.
Oh, yes, I am co-owner of Beatniks along with my lovely wife of 41 years. 41 years this coming Friday.
Anniversary.
Thank you. And happy anniversary, honey. And we have been here, we opened up 6 years ago this past January the 14th or so. And this used to be the Southtown Tap. And we decided somewhere about 6.5 years ago to try and make this into a storefront theater. We gathered up a group of volunteers that are just the most amazing bunch of people you'll ever want to meet. And they came in here and helped us turn this sad bar into this wonderful theater space.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with it. It's got that theater feel to it. If that was you guys get what you were going for, definitely.
We've progressed. I mean, early on we were track lighting and banquet chairs, but we have really came a long way since those early days, and our audience is reflected. Our last play, the Mousetrap, sold out every performance. It was a wonderful experience. Then immediately following that, we had the Vagina Monologues, it's a benefit performance, and we were able to donate to Haven House this year over $4,000 from one weekend's performance. So we were, I mean, the cast and crew of that show worked so hard to get to raise funds, and they did a wonderful job. And it's all volunteer. I can't say enough good things about the people that volunteer here. They're just wonderful.
Well, let me ask you something. You've got this laughter on the 23rd floor. What else is coming out over here at Beatniks that people ought to be on the lookout for? What other performances are coming out this way?
Well, next up is a wonderful play that Bonnie and I are producing. I am directing, called Panache. And it's not a recognized name because we are dealing directly with the author. It's been around for about 4 or 5 years, and it's been off Broadway, and it's been around. It's a very interesting, heartwarming comedy about a drunk short order cook who has a bit of a history to him, and a debutante who finds him through the BMV, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, because he has a plate that she wants, and it is panache, and she wants it for her husband, because he has panache, and this short order cook doesn't possibly.
So see where this is going.
Yeah. Well, as it turns out, Harry's a wonderful fellow, and he has a lot more going for him than at first glance. I hope everyone will come see that. That's playing in June. Middle of June, somewhere in the middle of June. Check our website, beatniksonconkey.com, for dates and times. Laughter on the 23rd Floor opens April 4th or 5th? April 4th, and plays through the 22nd. 2 weekends, 6 performances. It's a wonderful play. I think you guys will. 13th, excuse me.
That's why she's co-owner, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
This is a Hammond Community Theater production.
Oh, there it is. All right, real last quick, let's just go ahead and follow up with how can people get a hold of you? You mentioned you got a website. What other means can people get a hold of you?
Well, they can get a hold of us at beatniksonconkey.com. They can also call 219-852-0848 for reservations, and they can also buy tickets online at beatniksonconkey.com. We are located at 418 Conkey Street here in beautiful downtown Hammond.
All right, and you got a Facebook page, correct?
Yes, we do.
All right, guys, come on down here. Laughter on the 23rd. We are here at Beatniks, which is owned by Rip and Bonnie Johnson, and they are putting on a performance for the Hammond Community Theater called Laughter on the 23rd Floor, which is a Neil Simon production. So we're going to talk with 2 of the cast crew here, and next to me is Don, and this is Rachel. So they're going to tell me a little bit about their characters and how they like the show so far. So Rachel, who is it that you play in the show?
I play Helen, who is the secretary to Max Prince in the show.
Okay, and how do you like that role so far?
It's a smaller role, but with every small role comes its own challenges. There's no small roles, only small actors. I like the role very much. Helen's very naive. She's not stupid. She's naive, and people like to make fun of her in the show. But she's flighty, but she holds her own. She's a good character.
Excellent, excellent. Don, let me ask you, who you play, and how do you feel about that character?
Oh, I play Milt Fields, and he is one of the comedy writers on the Max Fields show, and I love it because Max Prince show. Well, it's going to be my show one day.
My, oh my.
It's out of the bag now.
Oh my.
I love Neil Simon, and this is a complete departure from most Neil Simon shows, and the adult content and language that is involved is very non-typical of Neil Simon. Loosely what the show is based on, for us old people, will remember the old Sid Caesar show of shows, and at the time Neil Simon had been a writer for this show, so this is basically a show based around the writing of the old Sid Caesar show.
Rachel, let me ask you also, out of the play so far, do you have like a favorite scene of yours that you like watching or that you're part of?
Well, my favorite scene, my biggest scene I have is actually with Milt's character, where he tries to flirt with me a bit during the Christmas party. That's always a funny scene.
Is that yours too, or do you have a separate one?
Well, I wouldn't call it flirting. I'm trying to just
Teasing? Would you prefer teasing?
very much. Yeah, that is one of my favorite scenes because the beauty of the characters is that being a comedy writer, it allows you just to go out and be crazy and do things. So it's fun to be able to do that and slip in and out of different voices and different personas and stuff. So yeah, that's a fun scene because it's like he's just coming out of one divorce and hey, how you doing, Helen?
All right, guys, that's Don and Rachel. They're in Laughter on the 23rd Floor here at Beatniks. Hey, guys, we're here again at Beatniks over here, and I got a couple of guys that are actually in the show. It's called Laughter on the 23rd Floor. I've got Charles Williams and John Sanchez next to me here. We're going to kick back between the two of them, and they're going to tell me a little bit about their characters and how they feel about this particular play. So, Charles, tell me a little about your character that you're playing.
Well, Kenny is the intellectual, sophisticated, well-dressed. I believe that I may have been typecast for this role. But amongst a group of comedy writers, he's the straight-laced one. He throws a few punches here and there. But you know, he's Max's right-hand guy, even though Val thinks he is. But you know, Kenny knows what's going on, and he really holds things together.
Okay. All right. And John Sanchez, what is your character that you play?
I am Max Prince, the star of the show. He's a temperamental, pill-popping alcoholic who asks a lot of his riders, but treats them well.
Now, is this your guys' first time working at Beatniks, or have you guys been here before? Let me start with John.
This is my third show here.
What other shows have you been in here?
I did one called Passengers and another called All in the Timing.
Very good. Charles, how about you? Is it the first time, or have you been here before?
No, I've been here before. I think this is my fourth show. I've done Death in England, Out of Order, somewhere in between. So all shows here before.
Excellent, excellent. John, let me ask you something. What can people look forward to as they come and see you guys perform in the coming weeks?
Well, I think they can look forward to a really funny show. It's very well written by Neil Simon, so you don't expect anything less. And it's a little serious, too.
Excellent, excellent. Charles, out of the play so far, how do you feel about it so far?
You know, I was a little hesitant coming in because it was different from what I've done before. You know, but I'm falling into my character. I'm really liking it. I think things are coming together nicely. You know, so I'm looking forward. I think that people, you know, come out. They're going to get like a, you know, we said there's going to be a nice combination of both laughter and seriousness. There's tears, laughter, a little bit of everything.
Excellent. All right, guys, you heard it here from two of the castmates. Laughter on the 23rd Floor by Neil Simon. It runs Friday through Saturday, April 4th, 5th, and that's the 11th and 12th. That's at 8 o'clock those nights. And then on Sunday, April 6th and 13th, those are the matinees that kick off right here. Hey, guys, welcome back. This is Team Tim Saldana hanging out here at Beatniks, which is going to be putting on Laughter on the 23rd Floor. I got a couple more castmates here. Let me talk to Wayne right first, and he is the director of the play. Hey, Wayne, how are you doing?
So far, so good. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So let me tell you something. What do you feel about Laughter on the 23rd Floor from a director's point of view?
I think it's coming along to be a really great and funny play. And I owe most of it to the cast because they're really working hard on this thing. And someone once told me that if a good director finds a really great cast, lets them do what they need to do, and it just gets out of the way. And so far I'm following that script.
Excellent, excellent. And to my left, which would be your right, but it's my left, is Amanda.
Yes.
What's your last name?
Maloney.
Maloney. All right, now Amanda, tell us a little bit about your character and what you do in the show.
I play Carol, and she is the only female writer on the all-male staff. She is one of the guys and tries really hard to just be tough as nails, but I feel she mothers them a little bit too.
Is that right? Oh, well, in her own way. All right. Well, let me ask you something. What is your favorite scene so far in the performance, if you have one? Which I'm guessing you do because you're smiling.
I have several. The play has some rather salty language in it, and that's something new for me, you know, because I never use that sort of language outside of the theater. And shut up. And so there is a little bit of a sort of a monologue that Carol does that has some interesting wording in it, and it's, you know, she wants to be considered a writer, not a woman, and there's a difference for her, and she's very opinionated about that.
Gotcha. Oh, excellent, excellent. Wayne, let me ask you now, since you're the director, you're from here from start to finish along with the cast, but what is the scene that grabs you or as soon as you get here and you're ready to roll, what is the one scene you kind of look forward to sitting back and direct?
Well, actually, there are just so many of them. You start with Milt's entrance, which he comes in. I'm not going to give anything away, but he comes in dressed in a cape, and then after him he builds up to Val's entrance, and I think with this play, as Amanda was saying, there was some salty language in it, and I've always felt that a lot of times when that language is around, the playwright can probably not use it. You can get around it. Neil Simon on this one made it totally impossible to cut out the salty language because it is a running joke through the whole play, and just almost every scene when Max comes in, it's hilarity. I can't pick out one because everybody is having a great time. And I know what's coming, and I'm still laughing at this thing. So I think they're doing a great job.
Excellent, excellent. Again, this is Wayne and Amanda. They're the director, and she's in the show, too. So come on down and check these guys out. They're doing an awesome job.